All right, guys, this is HS1 coming to you once again with a live stream. So, as you can see in the title, today it's going to be subscriber Let's Not Meet, Reddit Let's Not Meet stories that they submitted to me. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of Let's Not Meet stories for my subs. I'll be honest, because it's really easy to get these off, the website and stuff like that. So I haven't been doing a lot of those in the past, but I recently figured, why not just do them, And yeah, so I'm gonna do those today. But before doing that, let's get some things out of the way. First of all, if you guys don't know, I opened up a Patreon. Go support it. I started with the polls recently, so for those of you guys who are Patreoning, pledging $5 and up, you guys get to decide what the topic of my next video is going to be. So yeah, you guys can get all those other stuff as well. As in coming into my live streams and co-hosting with me if you guys do want to, and you guys pledge a certain amount. So for those of you guys who have, which I know some of you guys have, PM me, DM me, and tell me on the Patreon site, and then I will get you guys in here if you guys have anything you guys want to share. Without further ado, let's thank those guys that did pledge first, and then we'll get on with the video. So let's thank you guys. We have a bunch of new pledges since last stream, which I thank. So we have Jessica A, thank you. Robert Houston, I'm pretty sure it's a YouTuber, so I want to thank you, bro. Thank you. It's a hard time for both of us, but thank you for being there for me. Joseph Paul Blow, thank you for your pledge, and you can go to the poll and check it out. Raquel Alvarado. See, I've seen your name many times. I think you're the person that did my cover art, right? You did a lot of art for me. Thank you so much for doing the art and supporting and now pledging in these times of need. I don't know when they're gonna figure this shit out, but honestly, YouTube has been getting a little bit better. So, but still, I want to thank you guys, because $1 a month to help your creator or the guy you listen to if you listen to me every day. Yeah, I mean, it's just $1, but thank you. That $1 means a lot. I mean, if I can get just a certain amount of $1 out of every one of my subs, I can do YouTube without a fear that it's gonna go crashing down to hell, because although YouTube has been getting better, it's still really uncertain. Anyways, yeah, it's quite stressful, but yeah, and I'm not sick anymore. So we have Olive, thank you again. We have Heather. Heather is actually, I'm pretty sure she is her own YouTube channel as well. She has a dance, like K-pop dance channel. I'm subscribed to that because I think she subscribed to me before, and I think she has like ASMR. I don't know. If you guys are fans of her, tell her, I don't know, I shouted her out or something, whatever. But thank you for pledging. These are hard times, and yeah, thank you. We have Olive again. We have Capri R. Wixon. Thank you for pledging. And yeah, Catherine Davis. I want to thank you, all you guys, for everything, for pledging. And yeah, thank you guys once again. So without further ado, I'm just gonna tell you guys a bit about what the polls we have there. Right now, there's one poll for subscriber a video, what you guys want, any topic you guys want, and one is for a ghost story. So right now, there's a haunted location ghost story that's in the lead for May 8th. That's going to be released. And for May 9th, a surveillance camera horror story seems to be in the lead. So those seem to be the two fan favorites. So if you guys have Patreon me there, you can go to the poll and check it out. And if you haven't, I guess go check it out as well. So now that's out of the way, let's check out some comments. All right, what's going on here? I've watched you since 90K. I love you. Thank you, Sally. Yep. Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing? Hi. Yeah, not a lot of people are watching today. Maybe, I don't know. It's a rainy day these days. Today is a pretty rainy day here in Toronto, so I don't know what weather it is for you guys. Love you. Thank you. Sup. Parker says, I love your voice. Hi, hello, hi. So we have some stories here I want to read for you guys today, but before that, let's read some fan mail. I always love to read this. I don't know why. It's just a thing I like to do. So this is email from Arnold. And Arnold says, "Dear sir, my name is Arnold, and I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel and have a YouTube channel of my own, Kindom402. So KINDOM 402. And I live in India. Apart from YouTube, I'm also an MBA student and model. I remember getting to know your channel by the horror story series in Asia. Being an Asian like you, we know there's a lot of urban legends and in Asian countries, including in India. It would like nice of you to do something on India. I have a few experiences also in case you're interested. Please let me know and we can do something. Great job and cheers." All right, so check out this guy's channel, man. That seems pretty cool. Yeah, dude, like send me some stories if you have it, you know. But yeah, it's been a while, so it's been a month. But hopefully you do get to watch this. And thank you once again, my friend Arnold, with a YouTube video channel of your own. Kindom402 is the name of his channel. All right, so let's go to the chat. Oh my God. I watch your videos. You're good. Keep up the work. Thanks, man. Thank you. Do you watch any YouTubers that do other stuff other than horror? Yeah, I watch. Not as much anymore. I used to watch a lot of PewDiePie and Leafy, but then PewDiePie kind of messed us all up, kind of fucked us. So I stopped watching him. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, like, I don't have time for that anymore, man. But yeah, I'm getting older, man. I can't just sit at home watching YouTube videos all day. But yeah, I mean, I don't really watch a specific genre. I just like to watch people talk, I guess. How about one that not a lot of people know? Oh, School of Life. I recently been binging on that stuff. Crazy. I don't know if you guys watch School of Life. Like, put in the comments, man. School of Life. No, you guys don't know it. It's like a philosophy channel. It talks about life. It's crazy. So go check it out. It'll help you guys out. So okay. So before we get to the stories, this is a pretty interesting email I got a while back. I never really talked about it. It's called Bloody Mary Urban Legend. So if you guys don't know what Bloody Mary is, this is it. You know, I've never been able to try it. You know, for me, Bloody Mary was like the the quintessential, I don't know, just the most horrific, like, ghost game in my generation in the 90s growing up, you know, before all this other, like, creepypasta, all this stuff got out and all that. It was Bloody Mary was the scariest shit. People have said, you know, they did in the mirror in the girl's bathroom and they got scratches all over the face and stuff like that. So for me, that's always been a point of terror, you know. That's, I guess, one of the reasons why I'm afraid of the bathroom, because I think I associate that with this game. And I never, even after starting this YouTube channel, have been able to do a video on that topic, because I always feel like, I don't know, man, if I do it and I say it too many times, apparently you only need to say the, you know, the name 3 times in front of a mirror, that shit happens. All right, so the only reason I wanted to research on Bloody Mary is because my best friends claim to have seen her. Here's my research. According to legend, you have to stand in a bathroom with only one candle lit and say the name Bloody Mary into the mirror 3 times in a row. It is only the bravest of children who would attempt to do this, because the story says this will summon her ghost. If you see her ghostly face in the mirror, it could have one of the following terrible consequences. Number 1, your eyes being ripped out and your face horribly scarred. Number 2, being found dead with claw marks all over your face and body. Number 3, disappearing mysteriously from the bathroom and ending up trapped in the mirror with the ghost for eternity. You could also be driven insane or drop dead on the spot. Bloody Mary legend. The legend of the chanting game is based on mixed up legends in history that, over the years, have become the main basis for the stories surrounding the urban legend. The most common story is that Bloody Mary was a witch that lived over 100 years ago, who dabbled in the black arts. She was found out and executed. The second story is more modern. A local woman was involved in a fatal car accident, and her face was horribly scarred before she died. She reappears in the mirror when summoned with that same horrific face. There is another suggestion that the name Mary Worth was derived from a victim of the Salem witch trials. The 4 stories that Bloody Mary is based on a historical figure, Queen Mary I of England. Mary Tudor. It is largely believed that the origins of the name Mary Worth and Bloody Mary came from a slight mix-up of characters from history. Mary I, Queen of England, or Mary Tudor, who reigned during the Tudor period, was also commonly known as Bloody Mary. I get chills even from doing this reading, man. So yeah, if you guys have known people that have done it, I guess just, you know, from the comments. So if you guys have your own true scary stories, you want to come in here and chat and tell your story on here. I know that hasn't been happening a lot lately, you know, maybe because I do these in the daytime, but send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com and you guys can get in here and hopefully share your stories. I know last week there were some people that tried to get in here, but the link didn't work. Hopefully this will be better this time, okay? So Ella Waters, I love when you read. Your voice is so calming. Most horror channels have calming voices like Darkness Prevails. But I love your voice. You're awesome. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for that. I try to go for that effect, you know, not trying to. Aaron, hey, what's up? Good to see you too, man. All right. So we got everything out of the way with the Patreon, with the introductions. Now let's get to the subscriber stories you guys have been waiting for, I guess. And if you guys have your own true subscriber stories, you want to tell them on here, send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com, and you guys can get in here in a Starbucks. Anyways, let's go to the first story, all right? The Angry Domestic Worker. Hey there. Your channel is so awesome. I love it. Keep up the epic work, man. Anyways, on to my story, if you would like to use it. I have had supernatural experiences my entire life, some of them quite scary. This has been my latest one. I just moved back to Hong Kong to live with my father. I am super happy to be here and excited about my new work and new life. My first night in my apartment was relaxed. My dad and I had dinner and some drinks and I went to bed. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw in my doorway an angry woman. She had an angry, hostile look on her face. She was gone the next second. She became angrier, it seemed. The hallway outside my bedroom and kitchen seemed to be her domain. If I dared go there at night, I would catch flashes of her and be filled with a feeling of dread. One night, however, I dreamt that her and I got into an actual physical fight, punches and such in the passageway of my flat. Eventually, I screamed, demanding she had to leave. She was laughing and then suddenly disappeared. Now, I could have written this down to just a dream, except I woke up standing in that exact passageway. What happened? Did I actually battle her and send her away? I have not seen her since, but I still remember exactly what she looks like, and the angry feeling she was able to pass on to me. I never feel like I feel like I see ghosts, but I get a very, very clear picture of my head and what they look like and where they're standing. Not sure what to make of this, but I thought you may find it interesting. All right, I have to admit, I messed up here. I thought this was a Let's Not Meet story because I just read the title. I didn't read. I didn't read the email. An angry domestic worker was like a crazy domestic worker, yo. All right, now I know. Wow, this chat is lit. Mac is like, can you draw? I cannot draw. I was taking drawing lessons my whole life and it never helped. All right, let us continue. Yeah, maybe I should put some music back into these traps. Ella says, I'm so happy you literally just said my name. I guess you are really happy. And she says, I wanted to scream. Calm down. M's like, the amount of dick comments can probably confuse. No, this happens all the time. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. All right. Yolanda says, you're my favorite. Thank you. I think you've been commenting a lot of my videos. What kind of Asian are you? Oh, actually, I'm from Hong Kong, so same as the person who just sent me that story. Yeah, let's get some of that horror music. If you guys don't know, I use this guy called Peter B. Helland a lot as well. So he's one of the ones that not a lot of people use, but I feel like his music. Go check it out. It's pretty sick, and it's obviously it's like public domain, so he like lets you use it. So if you have your own YouTube channel, go check him out. Like he's a great composer and stuff. I'm just gonna turn on some of his music, and then we're gonna get going with our next story. Okay, guys. Let's see. There's an ad playing. Jesus. Well, the ads are back, I guess. A lot of ads are back. Amazon, MasterCard is going crazy these days, so that's pretty good. You know, it's good for us YouTubers. It's not too horrible. All right, now that horrible music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Vampire's True Lover says you're awesome. Thanks, man. Selena says love your channel. Thanks. All right, let's go next story. Butt grabber. Just a little background information. When I was 23 years old, I was a little reckless. I would walk around a lot to kill time before I either had to go home or when waiting for the bus. Dark roads, secluded areas, train tracks, you name it, I walked it. I never really had a fear that something would happen to me. It's hard to explain, but I knew God would protect me. This particular night, it was 11 p.m., and I just got off work and had to catch my second bus I'd take to get home. I was at the local bus and train station right outside of Philadelphia, PA. To paint a picture, it's a bus depot. It has a shopping district that leads to the station and are both surrounded by houses. I would have to wait around 35 minutes before my bus would come. So, to kill time, I would walk around the neighborhood, example, through the houses. This time, I'm on the phone with a friend and I notice someone has been behind me for some time now. It's it's not unusual to see a person or two this time of night around the houses, but it's always briefly. I didn't want to seem paranoid, so I crossed the street a few times and was able to kind of see his face. So I went down a road I knew he wouldn't live on. To explain, this street was full of just Indian families, and the guy following me was a black guy. I whispered to my friend on the phone that I think someone is following me. He tells me to head back to the bus station, but to use the main road. I start to walk to the main road, and I guess he figured out what I was doing. I get to the corner right before the main road, and I hear him running up behind me. I felt myself become paralyzed with fear and can't move. I just braced for whatever was to come. He runs up, pushes me against the fence, and grabs my butt, then takes off running. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I did a little of both. I told my friend what happened, and he just told me to go home. I didn't report anything to the police. It was already a long night, and I knew my parents would freak if they found out. Plus, I didn't feel like my life was in danger. But after that night, I stopped walking around dark roads. Probably God's way of getting me to stop doing that. Yeah, so this person has sent me a story multiple times, and I want to thank you again. How's the music? Is it too loud or how's the music? Put in the chat. Dude, they're like, it's the first time I've seen your face, dude, then you don't really watch me. No problem, no problem. Listening to this art class, yeah. It's okay, all right. Yeah, people say it's hard to hear my voice. See, that's the thing with this, like, there's only one mic, and then All right, turn the music down a little bit. I thought it was a bit too loud as well. Oh, jeez. All right, cool. Let's get to the next story. He really liked me, I guess. I have more crazy dating app stories if you want another one. So, in my early 20s, I was single and bored, so I used to chat with guys on different dating sites, Black Planet, Meetup, and just random sites I could find on my Android Play Store. Most of the guys talked about sex, no surprise, but I talked to some who were actually cool. One ended up being one of my best friends for the past 9 years now. I have several crazy stories from people I've talked to on these apps, but I'll just talk about one for now. This one particular guy, Manny, seemed cool too. We would chat on the app Tago. We eventually exchanged numbers after a few months and talked a lot. But then we started hanging out. We go to the movies, out to eat, etc. I decided I trusted him enough to go over to his house. So I'm over there. We start talking, and of course, one thing leads to another, and we're making out like crazy. He then tries to take my top off, but I stop him and tell him we gotta stop. He starts begging me to go further. He starts saying stuff like, I really like you. I just want to be with you. You don't know what you mean to me, blah, 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 all that guy stuff. They try to get a girl to sleep with them, right? I hate when people try to pressure me to do anything, and I didn't know how to be assertive back then. So me, being a timid, shy 20-year-old, I gave in. He starts to go in, and I stop him again and pull out a condom. He seemed disappointed. I made him wear one at all. The sex was okay. I wasn't really into it because I hated the way he talked me into it. So anyways, we finish and leave. I don't want to talk to him again. So about 2 or 3 weeks go by, and he texts me, finally asking how I am. I say I'm fine. He asked, have I been to the doctor lately? I start freaking out in my mind, thinking maybe he had an STD, and that's why he asked about the doctor. I say, no. Why? This nut says, because of the baby. I say, what baby? He then says, I thought you'd be pregnant by now. I'm so confused at this point. I asked him why again. He has the nerve to tell me he put a hole on the condom so he could get me pregnant. I flipped out and started text yelling. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? I asked. He said he really liked me and thought I would date him if he got me pregnant. Now, you may ask, how could I not know he poked a hole in the condom? I saw him put it on, but had my back turned to him at one point during the whole thing. That's probably when he did it. Needless to say, I freaked out on him. I deleted and blocked him on every single thing I had him on. Facebook, Twitter, his calls, text, everything. I went to the doctors and made sure I got a pregnancy and STD test. Thank God everything was okay. So Manny, let's never meet again. What a dick, dude. Fuck that guy. Piece of shit. All right, so if you guys have your own true scary stories, send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com. And if you guys want to be part of the Patreon, go check it out. The Starbucks stuff is awesome. I'm kind of hungry, guys. I'm gonna get some food after. All right, thank you. Forever Silence says his voice is perfect telling stories. Matmo 1995. Make longer videos, please. Well, the thing is, they're already pretty long. So what do you study? I study politics. I know this is gonna get some crazy comments in the chat, but I do have a banana here. Like, yeah, this guy seems so weird, but I'm just so hungry. I'm just gonna eat. All right, fuck this. I'm sorry, I didn't eat lunch yet. All right, it's like 4, man. Just no sexual comments. Fuck. I'm really hungry. Hi. Hi, Oscar. Can you do deep web stories? Yeah, I've done them. Go check out my older videos when they were the thing. Alexandra says, I study politics too. So what country are you from? Your name sounds kind of... Yeah, man. Forever silence been noticed. Don't be silent all the time. Don't be silent forever, yo. Morgan says, finding a stream I didn't miss. Yeah. I know, I have that random time, that's why. So, if you guys have your own true scary stories, send me a blank email, horrorstudio@gmail.com. I'm so sorry, but I just had to do this. Amy says, you're my favorite horror storyteller. Thank you. They have banana, though. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just so friggin' hungry, dude. I didn't eat anything today yet. Yeah. Trev says, do a series for maybe every major city in Canada. You know, I just did. I just recorded one for Toronto, which is where I live. It's going to be released next week. So check it out. Sorry about that. Fuck. ASMR banana eating? Jesus. So if you guys have your own true stories, send me a blank email on horrorstudio1@gmail.com and I will get you guys in here. I just lost like 10 viewers from doing it. All right. Oh, yeah. So, okay, good. Let's go back to the stories. My ex-boyfriend tried to kill me with a brick. This started back during my freshman year of high school. I had just broken up with my very first boyfriend, who had cheated on me for half of the time that we spent together. And his final words to me had shrunk my self-esteem to an all-time low, and I had been desperate to find something to fill that void that I was so inexperienced with. I had made a few friends, and I was just starting to get myself back on my feet. At some point, one of my friends, we'll call him Trent, introduced me to one of his buddies, who was a senior. We'll call him Mike. Mike was very tall, I think, give or take, around 6'3". I was 5'5", so I was slightly intimidated by his height. He had black hair, pale skin, with some stubble, wore glasses, and was generally a very awkward and nerdy type of person. Needless to say, I fell for him. It took a long time, and I'll admit, I kinda obsessed a little bit over him back then. I used to have a lot of pictures of us together. I took my time, though, and I finally confessed to him in the spring of that school year. He rejected me at first. I wasn't surprised, though. I was a freshman, he was a senior, and that kind of relationship was almost unheard of, save for more uncouth intentions. Eventually, though, he warmed up to me, and for over the summer, he confessed that he developed feelings too. I was happy to accept his feelings, and we became official not long after. During the later part of the summer, he and I went to an anime and video game convention. It was pretty small, but it was a lot of fun. I'd estimate around 2,000 people in attendance overall. Anyways, during the weekend, on Friday, I played around and met some new friends, one of which was a beautiful girl named Mary. She was sweet. She was kind and had the most precious smile that I'd ever seen. I genuinely felt a connection at the time, and I could feel that she did as well. At this point in time, Mike and I had been gradually fading apart, so I anticipated a breakup any day, and I thought that Mary was someone I could get to know. The next day, I brought Mike to the convention. We walked around, and I generally stuck to my new friends rather than him. I ended up spending more time with them since Mike wasn't really talking to me or anyone else here. So during my conversations with my new friends, he'd just sit in the corner of the room and stared at me. I didn't mind, seeing as how I tended to do that now and again out of shyness, although he did have Asperger's disease, so maybe it had something to do with that. Anyways, that night, I broke the news to Mike, who did not take it well at all. I ended up needing to shut down the phone line as he wouldn't stop calling me or leaving messages and IMs begging me to reconsider. I was firm in my choice, though. Mike and I had simply drifted too far apart. Maybe I had something with Mary? Anyways, several weeks pass, and I'd still been getting a huge amount of messages from Mike, ranging from pleading with me to negotiating to saying that I'd regret my decision. Eventually, I'd forgotten all about Mike. I moved on to a lovely relationship with Mary. Fall had come and gone, and I was a sophomore in high school, and finals for the first semester were coming up. It was sometime in late November or early December, and I had been working on my next project. Suddenly, out of nowhere, my window basically exploded. I screamed and covered up my project to protect it from being damaged, and I found that laying next to me was a brick. Without thinking, I ran to the window to see who had thrown it. Looking back on it, it was a bad choice. But I had the pleasure of seeing, you guessed it, Mike. He was standing on my front lawn at a good distance, glaring at me and crying before turning and walking away and back to his car. I didn't see him again until years later, but during that one moment, I realized how close I was to actually getting killed, rather comically, by a brick to a head. I'm thankful, however, that it missed by an inch. I'm sorry, yo, that's scene is so funny. That Mike guy is such a douche, yo. He makes everything so dramatic, right? He throws a brick and he's like crying. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry. So, King Horror, who's that? Thank you, Laura. I love your readings as well. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you almost died, but I mean, I'm just for personal enjoyment. That's pretty funny. So, if you guys have your own true scary stories, send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com to get in here. That banana though made my voice all raspy. So, next story. The guy. Hello, Horror Studio One. I'm Chrissy. I loved your YouTube channel, and I'm sorry if my spelling sucks. But here is my story. I'm 23 years old, and this happened 4 years ago or so. I went to Warped Tour with a couple of friends. A normal thing, right? Well, I walked away from my friends and little brother, and this guy came up to me and said if I wanted to hang out with him. I said sure. No red bells rang at the moments. We ended up hanging out and all he was pretty chill, and we exchanged Facebook and we kept in touch. A year later, and well, we wanted to meet again. Also, I forgot to mention this guy lived in New York. I said sure, but I would have to tell my parents not 2 days after he appears on my door at 1 a.m. or so. I told him to leave, and I didn't want him there. He said he needed money. I sighed and red bells rang. I closed the door on him. I didn't go out for a few weeks. He kept messaging me on my social media, and I blocked him. That same night, he came banging on my door, and he said he needed to talk. My dad told him he needs to leave. The guy says, "Fuck you." As my dad slams the door in his face, he bangs on the windows and starts to say he would kill me. My parents push him out of the apartments. We thought we'd never meet him again. I was so wrong. I kept seeing him when I would hang out with my friends. I finally got a restraining order on him, but the judge wanted me to give it to him. I never did. A year finally passed, and he was gone. Or so I thought. But I was wrong. My best friend and other friend were going out to hang out when she tells me, "Hey, Chrissy, someone texted me and asked if I remember the guy that was harassing you." I said yes. She gave me her phone. He said he was dying and that it was my fault. I gave her the phone and that was it. Finally, it ended. I have more creepy and weird stories. I don't know if you would like to read them. Thank you for reading this. I don't know, that made me feel sad. I don't know why. He's a bad guy. Why would I feel sad that he's dying? I don't know. Made me feel kind of sad. It's the old Canadian way. So if you guys have your own true scary stories, send me a blank email at horror221@gmail.com. Maybe I should do these later at the night, because I remember I used to do them later at night and more people would come in. So Eva says, "Good night from Holland." Hi. I think you're the first person from Holland that's been here, so that's pretty cool. Hey, DJ Yoshino. Hi, man. What's up? Cool. All right, let's get to the next story if possible. Potential killer at camp. Hi, HS1. I have been waiting to share this experience for a while now. My name is Anthony, but I would prefer if you kept my name anonymous. Shit, sorry. Also, I am Muslim. You know, a member of the religion Islam. So if you read any weird words that are in the story, just Google them for the correct pronunciation. Also, use a lot of expression in your voice to make it feel like I am there again. Thank you. This story took place about 2 years ago. First, I'll start off with a bit of background information. This event took place at a camp for people with special needs. At this particular camp, if you are capable or compatible enough, you are to take charge for a while if the counselors are not available or are sleeping. This particular night, my job was to calm the campers down if they woke up scared in the middle of the night. When everyone was getting ready for bed, I was listening to my audio Quran and saying my nightly prayers to du'as before dozing off. When I woke up in the middle of the night, it was raining and thundering like crazy. When I fully woke up, I could see someone at our door through the window. At first, I was thinking to myself, that's probably one of the counselors coming to check on us or the power technician, since the power was off. But I got out my camera to look closer because something didn't seem right. And when I did, the guy wasn't wearing a staff uniform or a badge, and it wasn't a camper. I was scared out of my mind, saying to myself that is no counselor nor a camper. How did they even get in? I was lucky I didn't scream, and I think he noticed. I just woke up because as soon as I sat right up and I recognized that he wasn't a staff member, he said, "Come open the door. I have something for you. Just come open the door." And he was lightly tapping on the window. I was lucky I didn't scream, but as he was tapping, I was trying to keep everything together while praying and saying, oh Allah, protect us. Oh Allah, protect us." After I prayed to Allah, I woke up my buddy, Chris. Chris had to keep the rest of the campers calm while I woke up my counselor. As all the counselors were getting up, my counselor said to me and Chris, "Do not move unless I tell you to. Make sure the campers don't get up, stay calm, don't panic, and do not make any noise until I say it's okay." When the counselors went outside, we could hear them chase the guy. The next morning, there were 2 police cars outside our cabin. Two cops were talking to some of the counselors that were in our cabin. We weren't allowed to walk at all. We had to wait for the golf carts to come pick us up. We couldn't go too far from the rest of the counselors. The rest of the counselors throughout the camp were on high alert. My camp counselor told me that the guy had a knife, and I was very, very lucky that the guy didn't try to break into the cabin. The guy was never seen at camp again. I pray and thank Allah every day that no one got hurt or worse. Cool. Thank you, bro. You've submitted a story before, I think, as well, and it was, I think, a gin story. So thanks again for coming. All right. Let's listen to the chat. Matt says, "I'm so glad you're doing this live stream." Thanks. Yeah. I promised I would do one on Tuesday, but I kind of had something else going on. So if you guys have your own true scary stories, send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com to get in here. All right. Let's do a ghost story. My first meeting with a shadow person. Hello, Horror Studio 1. I hope by luck that you will read my story. It's true. I went through it. I was haunted by all these ghosts and shadow people. Here's my first story from my childhood, and just call me White Rose if you want. It was 1997, and I lived in Stamford. When I was 7, I left home alone at night. My parents went to pick up my older sister at a friend's house. I was in the kitchen making a snack and playing with my doll. Until I saw something in my backyard, and the moon glow on this thing that was in the forest, and yet I saw something weird. It was a dark shadow with blood red eyes. I was terrorized by my first encounter with a shadow person. Now, it was not an animal. It was tall as like a slender man, maybe. I ran upstairs because my aunt and uncle lived upstairs. I stayed with her all night until my family came home. They found me upstairs with my aunt. I was shaking up. I never told them about it, though. Anyways, that was my first time. If you want to hear more, just let me know, okay? See ya. Nice. I mean, the first time's always most memorable, right? Some creepy music. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe I should play the piano next time. Play me my own music, horror music, as I narrate my own stories. That'd be pretty sick, yeah. Purple Galaxy, love your videos. Thanks, man. Or not, man. I'm sorry. You look like a girl. Greetings from Canada, Manitoba. Oh my God, what time is it over there? Horse, you're doing. I hope you make $1 million and subs. Well, subs, I guess, is easier than the dollars. Grand Pace telling you says you should sing. I do. Go to my singing channel. I have it. It's connected to this channel. All right. So let's Hey, hi, Katie. What's up? What's up? Vancouver, nice. I like that. Hey, notice me, senpai. You should have your own show. What? I do. I consider this my own show. Kind of this whole YouTube channel, my life and my show, my business and everything. All right, so I don't think you guys have scary stories. If you guys still want to come on, you can still send me. Probably gonna finish like with this last story, and then I think I've been here pretty long, right? An hour. How long have I been streaming? Do you guys remember? Oh, 44 minutes ago. You're like, we have a music channel? Yeah, it's just on the right. So has my name, has my face, all that stuff. Let us narrate this story. The apartment on Pumice Drive. Sorry, my dog crawled up on my lap and bumped my finger and caused me to send the story before I was finished. Anyways, this apartment made me and my daughter feel many horrible things towards each other and ourselves, which was not like us at all. A bit of background information: I am a divorced mother of one. It has just been myself and my daughter since she was 2.5 years old. Her father was never really been in the picture much, so we have learned to rely on each other for everything throughout the years. Anyways, a couple of the experiences there went as follows. Everything was fine when you first moved in. I had hoped for us that we were going to do really well on our own at this place. It was a nice apartment, or so we thought at first. When you walked into it, you are in the living and dining room, then the kitchen, which also had the laundry room and a closet there, then the big bathroom, and then my daughter's bedroom, then mine. So it looks almost like a Y if you can imagine that. I suffer from major depression and anxiety, so does my daughter. Mine was at an all-time high during this time. When this event happened, my daughter was in the tub one night. She loved taking baths and was in there almost every night. She said she was lying there in the tub and she saw me. She swears it was me. Come into the bathroom and stare at her with the most evil look on my face she's ever seen. She said she just called my name and tried to talk to me, but I just stared at her with hate in my eyes. She was terrified. She knew something was wrong, but being just a little girl, she had no idea what was going on. She said I eventually turned and walked out of the bathroom into my bedroom. She goes out of the tub shaking and crying and walked into my room. I was not there. She turned and saw me in the living room, then lying on the couch sound asleep. I had not been in the bathroom at all. I was passed out on the couch, sleeping. She woke me up and told me all about it. It scared her so much, she wouldn't take another bath again without me in the bathroom with her. The second time a similar thing happened to me, my daughter had quit sleeping in her room because something kept scaring her and she could not sleep. So I had her sleep with me instead. This time I was in the bathroom and I saw my daughter walk past the door to the bathroom. I thought she was asleep in my bed because it was late, and she was asleep for school the next day. I couldn't fathom why she was awake, and I was pissed that she had gotten up without telling me about it. So, I got done in the bathroom and came into my room fully intending on getting upset, but my daughter was not awake. She was sound asleep in bed. Now, I thought maybe she had slept walk because she had done it a few times, but then it hit me. Those pajamas that she was wearing were not the pajamas I saw her in when she passed by the bathroom door earlier. It wasn't her that I had seen. It was this thing that we knew was there, and it was not friendly at all. It eventually drove a huge wedge between myself and my daughter, to the point we felt such hatred towards each other, and that was not us at all. My daughter is my whole life, and I am hers. We love each other immensely and always will. We moved out of that place many years ago, and although we still have strange things happen, there has never been anything so scary happen since. And I hope it never does again. Side note, after we moved out, I saw a news report a few months later about a couple that were arrested for a meth ring that had been running outside their apartment. I saw the picture of the place they lived. It was the same apartment we had lived in. I had to wonder if whatever that thing was that was in that apartment had anything to do with this couple getting involved with such a horrible drug and business. I never found out, and we never go near that place or that area anymore. We don't want it to reattach itself to us, to follow us, to where we live now. Horrifying shit. Again. If not, let's not meet. Oh, I just got a good email here. All right, let's read the comments. Yeah, the chat seems pretty positive today. No? Iceland. Jesus. Is it always cold there? I know, I can't imagine Iceland being too warm, right? SwimFan33, you're my favorite horror stories narrator. Thank you. Soul Eater Girl, hi. Hey, what's up? What's up? Love how smoothing your voice sounds. Maybe it's the bananas. Love your reading. It's so clean. I thought everyone cuts after one sentence. I don't know. I just do it till the end, hopefully. But I still make mistakes. Yeah. I still do make mistakes. I'm not going to say that and be like, no, never. But I do. I do. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, this is the scary music. Holy shit. Hey man, ever thought about doing scary mannequin stories? If I can find some, any kind of stories, I'll do them. Right? You guys know me. My topics are like horror stories at breakfast. Like, who thinks of that even? Come on. Give me some ideas, man. Give me some ideas. Carries Raymond says, I will donate. Yeah. Go to my Patreon if you want to donate. All right. Help us out. Help us out. You the best. Thank you. Thanks. All right. So let's read the following. A fan actually sent me their Let's Not Meet story. It seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. I don't know why you call yourself that, this fellow subscriber, but if you really want me to refer you as that, let's do that. So this person's called Lazy Cat Lady, not Crazy Cat Lady, Lazy Cat Lady. All right, so I'll narrate your story. Let's not meet. Hey there, HS1. I'm a big fan of your work and listening to your videos while I draw. Please refer to me as Lady Cat Lady if you do decide to use this for one of your future videos. This encounter took place about 2 years ago. During that time, I lived by the beach and took advantage of the fact that I did so I could look both tanned and fit. In that city, there was a trolley that would drive you around all around Aventura. So I was in CVS getting some snacks and I had my phone open, revealing my Instagram profile on the screen, and this guy about my age was leering over my shoulder looking and asked if the pictures on there were mine. I am an artist, and I use this platform to share my art, so I said yes. He then asked for my account name and to give a follow, so I told him. I thought he was really just a guy who really liked my artwork. I was naive. He then started talking about having a motorbike and that it was at his apartment and was nearby and asked me if I wanted to go. I said no, and I started getting really uncomfortable. I went over to the cashier to pay for my stuff and then went to the trolley stop outside. Soon after, he exited the store, saw me, walked over as I was boarding the trolley me and began asking me where I was going. I told him I was going to do some shopping at Ventura Mall, hoping he'd back off since it was a really crowded place. Nope. He followed me off the trolley and continued to talk and try to talk to me as we browsed through Macy's. I had had enough, so I told him that I wanted to be left alone and that he's fucking weirding me out, and I marched away. I could still feel his eyes on me, and once I was out of the store and walking through the crowd of people in the mall, I turned to see that he was at least 10 feet back, still following me. So I ran. I ran into Victoria's Secret, and he followed me in. Then I ran back out and ran into Bloomingdale's, grabbed the jackets, and went over to the lady, leaned in, and told her that the guy who's looking at me from afar is stalking me, and if I can hide inside the changing room. She asked if I wanted to call security on the guy, and I said unless he follows me into the changing room. He didn't, thankfully, but instead took a seat outside by a beanbag chair they had next to the escalator, which was nearby the changing room. He waited for over 30 minutes until he got up and left, thinking I had gone elsewhere. He messaged me through Instagram asking if I was still in the mall. I told him to fuck off and that he was a creep, and told him if he came near me again, I'd call the cops. I guess the mention of authorities getting involved freaked him out because he blocked me right after that. So, for the creepy dude who followed me from CVS to the frickin' mall, let's never meet again, because both my girlfriend and uncle will make sure you need an ambulance before you get put in police custody. Messed up on the last word. Scary anal stories, says the chat. That's a good. Do you have any? Morgan? Do you have any? I'm guessing you mentioned that because you probably have some, right? I joke. I joke, man. All right, so I mean, those all most of the stories for today, I guess. Let's do like 5 minutes Q&A, and that'll be it. Yeah, a lot of you guys were like telling me to get well from my cold. I've actually been getting pretty well from the cold. That was like over a week ago, I think I filmed that. So it's been pretty good these days. So any last questions you guys have for me, put in the chat, and I'll try to answer the best of my abilities. Read about the Mandarin effect. What is that? Let's Google that. Never heard of that. Mandarin as in the fruit or the language or what? I never heard of that. What is the Mandarin effect? What is the Mandarin effect? Is it from eating too many mandarins or speaking too much Mandarin? There's nothing about them. Have you ever been emo? No, bro. What the heck? No, I've not. No offense, you know. You can be as emo as you want. Mandela, right? Mandela effect. All right, let's check that out. Mandela effect. Jesus. Oh, sick. All right. Man, what is this? Has this something to do with Nelson Mandela? Oh, like guys dying and then find out they're not dead, like Elvis, right? Or MJ. Oh, Master Sword. Hey, man. Thanks for donating $2. You guys can donate here. Thanks, bro. Yo, but I don't think I can get you on today, man. We're almost done. Should have came earlier, man. I should have told you. That was honest truth. But I barely use it anymore. Yeah, Mandela effect. Yeah, yeah, man. If you guys have any stories, I need content, man. I have daily content, so I need as much content as there are in this world. Whatever effect, you know, Mandura, Mandarin, Mandela, any kind of effect, I'd be down to do it. What's your favorite creepypasta character? My favorite creepypasta is 1999. There's no character, I guess. What, that bear guy in that character? Mr. Bear in 1999. Go check it out. It's pretty sick. Boxers or briefs? Briefs. No, boxers. I swear to God. Yo, it's so much better, yo. Have you ever shared one of your personal stories? Yep. In the past, when I did unedited podcasts, I shared hell a lot of those. Shout out, please. Okay, Oscar. That's cool. How's the audio? It's okay, right? Freddy or... Honestly, I've never watched those movies. Sorry. Is that shitty? It's not my generation, bro. Those were the 80s, man. I grew up with, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And Scream. And Scary Movie 2. And, you know, Saw. Like that kind of stuff, man. Sorry. You can kind of guess my age, I guess. Aaron says, give me a shadow. Yeah. Have you seen any shadow men yet? I've seen my own shadow, and I am a man. Have you had any scary encounters with your subs? No. I haven't met any of my subs. Because you know why? I live in Canada. Most of you guys who watch me are in California. So if I move there one day, maybe I'll meet some of you guys and have some creepy encounters. That would be pretty fun. Gary's like, oh my God, you're a baby. You must be in your 20s. I don't look like I'm in my 20s. Do I look like I'm in my 40s? Is it because, I don't know, dark circles under my eyes? If you didn't do YouTube, what would you do? Wow. I don't know. I really don't know. Are you married? No, I'm not. What the heck? What? This is like a kid room. This is like a frat boy, fucking 20-something-year-old room. What in this room signifies that I'm a married man? Do you see any like dresses or any like a box of tissues anywhere? Like, why would you guys think I'm married at all? Like, doesn't make sense. Any plans for summer holiday? Yeah, I might be going to the cottage with friends. Joined a competition recently as well. It's like a songwriting competition. It's a Chinese songwriting competition. So yeah, gonna be doing that in the summer. Like to write music. Do you like cake? What type of cake? I actually like I like cheesecake. There's one near me called Uncle Tetsu's. Go check it out. It's the best. 20 something, I guess. Yeah, not 20, like 20, early 20. Are you a drag queen? Yeah. What kind of creature would you like to see in real life? I don't know. What's your favorite color? Green. Always has been. That never will change. Unless you count black or white, but that's for clothing, really. All right, so yeah, we're about to end the stream, guys. All right, so yeah. Tanner87, can I get a shout out? Hey, thank you. All right, guys. Greetings from Sweden. Okay, hi. I don't play video games, so I haven't played Outlast. No problem. No problem. I love shouting out. I love shouting. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next stream, all right? The guy's like, greeting from the US. Well, that's everybody. All my streams is greeting from you guys because you guys are the only people that watch me. It's rare to get like a greeting from Mexico or something. Yep, this channel, I mean, this stream will be on my channel. You guys can rewatch it and all that fun stuff. All right, I gotta go. Bye-bye.